Hello, viewers, and welcome to another episode of Disappointed Dragon Blind Box. We've actually opened blind boxes like this before. This is another thing I found in my dollar store recently. It's nice. They've actually restocked something different. But the one that we opened before was a Transformer one. I believe we opened I want to say a Jazz? Might have been Wheeljack. I actually can't remember, but we opened one of these from the loyal subjects before. So these are just vinyls. They're slightly deformed. They have a large head. This one is the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. A show I actually wasn't allowed to watch as a kid because me and the neighbor's boy watched it and immediately kicked each other in the face. So my parents banned the Power Rangers from our house because of how imitatable the violence was. So not something I really got into much after that. I remember a really cool dinosaur blaster toy that came out in the 90s that I kind of wish I had, but that's just my nostalgia talking. Otherwise, I didn't really watch it. I did watch the movie. So we've got, let's just zoom in a bit. Can get Rita Repulsa, Goldfar, Lord Zed, the Green Ranger, and these are all 2 and 16 are the odds. Get the Black Ranger, the rare one, which is a mystery. I'm assuming it's the Green Ranger with the shoulder pads. I don't remember. The White Ranger is 1 in 48. And then the other Rangers are all 2 and 16. So my guess is we're going to get one of the Rangers. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. I don't actually care too much, to be honest, because, like I said, never got into Power Rangers because I wasn't allowed to watch it, so it didn't... Oh, no, there's the Green Ranger with his shoulder pads down in the bottom already. Never mind. I never really got into it because of that. I mean, the Megazorgs were cool, but it wasn't something I really watched, so let's get into it. These things are usually pretty nice. They're not bad quality. They're like big vinyl figures, a little bit of articulation and accessories, and they always come in a secondary bag as well, just to not give it away, I guess. But I do like how it's got the Power Rangers crest on it. Usually it's just in a black bin bag. On this side we've got the same thing. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I feel around. I mean, I don't feel big horns, so I don't think it's the evil witch lady. I'm going to assume it's the Power Rangers. There's an accessory in there as well. Let's not waste too much time. Let's get right into it. We got... Oh, interesting. We got the weird gargoyle dude. Goldor, I think his name was. We'll take a look at that in a second. Oh, that's weird. Oh. Oh, boy. Let's put that to the side for a second. I'm just going to confirm I've got that name right. Yeah, it says Goldar. So he was one of the commons. And he's got a weird sword thing. Oh, look. He comes with a card. Let's take a look at that. Goldar, number 8. Character designs by Joe Allard for the loyal subjects. Okay. And that's it. It's a piece of cardboard, very flimsy. Not even actually cards, trading card size, I don't believe. Actually, is that... I've got a Pokemon card off to the side here. Are they the same size? Oh, they're pretty close. So that would actually fit in a binder. So at least there's that. You could put it in a binder if you wanted to collect them all. Let's give him his sword. Oh, come on. Of course, I didn't bring me knife. Because why would I do that? Can he hold his sword? Yes, he can. Okay. Well, so this is very strange. So, if you remember the last Loyal Subjects blind bag we did, it was a big old chunk of plastic, vinyl plastic, and it had movable arms and a movable head, but it was very chunky and the body was quite deformed and small. This one, oh, that is, his head ball joint is quite stiff. This one's got a lot more articulation. So, he's got a ball joint in his shoulder there. You can see. Very squeaky. Same with the other arm. They've got one in the wrist as well. And then the legs. There's actually a knee ball joint as well as a hip one. So they've really gone all out with the articulation on this. I'm not a big fan of the wings, because the wings just seem to be attached by 2 bits of rubber there. I'm just going to take a closer look at that for a second. Yeah. The wings don't articulate at all. They're just kind of bent there, and I could see those coming off really easily. Oh, you know what? He's even got a ball joint in his waist. That's actually really neat. And I'm really quite liking this guy. Like, he's super ridiculous looking. But if I'm not mistaken, the guy who played him in the show would have been a guy with a bunch of makeup on and a giant costume, so it makes sense. Let's see if we can get his face in frame there. Look at that face. He is very, very joyful as he goes to fight the Power Rangers. This is actually really neat. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't expecting it to have like quite this much articulation, and I'm really digging it. I'm digging the ridiculous amounts of articulation for a vinyl figure. Still not something that I would buy if I saw it like loose on the shelf or anything, because I'm not a big fan of these big head versions of things. I've never been into that, and not with the Neoroids or anything like that, but as something of this like aesthetic, it's pretty good. I mean, the joints are a little bit weaker than I'd like, because as you saw when he was standing there, his legs kind of bowed out, but he can stand on his own if you position him right, which is the first sign of a figure that has some quality. And it's well sculpted, it's well painted. There's not a lot of like missing paint on it. There's a little bit missing on the nose when we zoomed in. You can see the bottom's still a bit blue, but it's not messy paint, so I'm pretty happy with that. I think I paid $3 for that, and you know what? For $3, that's pretty nice. If you like Power Rangers, that would look good on your desk, and you have the ability to pose it a bit. It's neat. I like it, and it is nicer than the old Loyal Subject ones. The old Transformer ones were a bit more blocky. They kind of looked a little bit more like Mighty Mugs than this guy, who is kind of just like a weird deformed action figure. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I like it. I don't think I'm going to get any more of these though, because I think they were between $3 and $4, which is kind of a bunch, and I don't really need any more Power Rangers. So this will be the only one we get, and I have to admit I am kind of happy we got one of the villains, because that's pretty cool. The Power Ranger ones are okay. The only reason I would have liked to have gotten one of the Power Ranger ones is because it looks like the Power Rangers come with a removable helmet and a bunch of weapons, and I would have liked to have seen how the helmets looked being removable. Would have been an interesting thing to see, but otherwise, no. I'll take our gold ore and leave. So that'll do it for this video, guys. As I crumple garbage in the background, making a horrible, horrible ruckus. And I've knocked him down. I wanted to pose him for the end. This is by the power of Grayskull. Wrong 80s franchise. Until next time, guys, stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.